We're commentating this practice session for round 11 in Brazil.
Looking forward to it. Ik wist dat je niet sliep. We zijn nog even begonnen, bro.
Jawel.
Oh. Nee, we zijn helemaal niet begonnen. Wat doe je nou?
Jawel, de stream staat aan.
Oh. Oh.
Wait.
Ja.
Anthem.
Nog niet begonnen waren, ik dacht dat je weer in de maling nam.
Hij is wel begonnen, vriend.
Nu nog steeds?
Ja.
Gast, oké, je bent echt niet duidelijk.
Well.
Alright. We're gonna switch to English and we're gonna say it like that because there was a little bit of miscommunication. Nice one, Matthijs.
Well, Thomas is now with 51 points in the championship lead, and he can't win in this race, but he can actually win it in
next round?
in Canada. Canada.
Alright.
That's the round after this round. And Maiko will miss 2 races because of a hip injury. He got a poor result last race in 8th place compared to Thomas in 3rd place. Williams in the lead with 105 points compared to Mercedes, and Mercedes could still be overtaken by Ferrari or Red Bull. Not Ferrari, Racing Point, because Tim for Red Bull scored 50 points in the last 2 rounds because he won them both.
And didn't even get a thank you from the team boss.
What?
I saw Tim came in the chat and he said to me that he didn't even get a thank you from the team boss on the stories.
Yeah.
So he wasn't happy about that, but he's obviously have to keep a little bit of an eye on Formulaeuroleague, and he's done a terrific job winning those last 2 races.
Well,
I'm not sure what his space is here, of course, but he might have.
He's good. Well, Williams' team, Thomas, of course, leaving after the season the team, and Tim winning both races and looking very strong is impressing the team boss, and the team boss is called myself. So. But the thing, I just watched at the Red Bull chat from their post from winning the Grand Prix, and on the Renault chat, and they said thank you guys until the next one, just like fun, and it says Renault consistency is key, Ben is on the run, and then said Red Bull, he isn't P1 though, is he? And then Renault said we shall see, and then I said with my genius mind, why are you flexing so hard? You've only got you only won 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you shouldn't have too much to flex either. I mean, you haven't driven in the car, have you, Matthijs?
No, but I'm a team of I'm the team of the leading. I'm in the team of the winning team.
You haven't done anything for it. You haven't done anything for it.
Well,
you did a good job by negotiations. Very good job in negotiating.
I just completely stole Felix from Mercedes, but that's a thing.
No, that's another story. That's
another story. No, but.
In the Netherlands, we say that's another cookie.
Louis van Gaal.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, let's just keep it serious. When are we starting? In a few minutes, I suppose.
Steve is always a bit late. 1 or 2 guys still need to join, but they always can join during session. Because it's a practice session. Yeah, it's a practice session. You just can join and select your car and take the driver.
Oh, no, I didn't even know that. I did not even know that. So how's your name been, Matthijs?
Good, played some F1 2015 with a good guy. We had some fun, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I mean, then I realized you didn't save, so I have to keep counting the championship standings myself. But we're not here to talk about F1 2015. That's almost good 5 years ago.
2014 it was.
Yeah, of course, but F1 2015 is the official name of the game, and it's a 24th season mode in it. That's something different, huh, my friend?
We drove with the 2014 cars.
Ugly noses.
Well, I'm going to run through the drivers, which I totally forgot. In Mercedes, we have Sam. Pay attention, this is going to be the name thing of what the drivers' names are.
Would you mind if I call mine a game attack or not?
Yeah, could be. I always call them by the names. Michael and Simon in the Mercedes. In the Ferrari of Joran and Steve. Red Bull we have Marcus. Never heard of him before, he's new. In the Renault we have we have Hetkamper aka Dani. In the Haas we have Monster. In the McLaren we have Benjamin. Go to your own team. In the Racing Point we have no one. In the Alpha we have XAT underscore Geo underscore Fortnite. Oh no, not going to pronounce that name. Fortnite. We have Matthias next to him. And we have in the Tour also we have Luke. And in the Williams we now have Thomas aka Kubica. If you don't understand the joke,
yeah, you don't understand it. Very good logic there. Yeah, of course, as you said, Thomas is leading the championship. Do you think he'll wrap it up next round in Canada, as you said?
Well, if he wins this round, well, first of all, he needs to win this round. Then he needs to win next round with the fastest lap. So he needs to get all the points he can get in 2 rounds.
Possible, yeah, tough challenge, but not impossible.
It's possible. When he's got a good teammate, aka Felix, and he helped him a lot in Germany by holding up Michael, his championship rival. So he did a good job at that. But I think Felix is going for the title next season because
sure,
he scored some good points.
Yeah, of course. If you can just drive a full season, I think you'll definitely be able to at least have a crack at the title.
Yeah, second or third. He's now. Wait, he drove 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, Felix.
He drove 4 or
Felix
5
joined.
races. Good. He raced 4 or 5 races, and he has 4 or 5 races, and he has 68 points, which is really good for 5 races. And
yeah,
if you look at the championship leaders after 4 races, he will be 3rd, and he would still be 3rd. But yeah,
that's long ahead. How many rounds are left?
5.
5 rounds. So still a long way to go. Still a lot
Brazil,
of
Canada,
questions to
Japan,
answer.
Italy, and Mexico as the season ender. Well, last time we got to Japan, that was the last race of the season, and the championship was decided because Thomas needed to win the race and Maiko needed to score. Well, Maiko only needed to finish on the podium and his job is done, but Thomas qualified well, and he got a Ferrari behind him. His old teammate, oh no, not his old teammate, the guy who switched seat with, he took him out, and that just completely ruined his title chances. And there are still some rumors about the incident, which will never be clear to everyone. While we're starting the session,
Yeah, enough rambling. Something to see the cars out on track.
Yeah, Brazil is a good track, low tire wear, so I expect the strategy to be in the race, soft to medium. The softs are doing extremely well on this track. You don't expect them to be low tire wear because fast corners and stuff. So, but yeah, it's different because I'm not the smartest one out there.
I suppose. No, don't lie here.
Not lie.
We're
on the same level.
You never.
Sam, we're on the same level, okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I suppose schooling-wise, yeah, but I mean, you can be a bit of a moron sometimes, can't you?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What?
Well, I just enable all the
I see some
settings.
AI cars. Is that normal or?
Well, they don't drive. It's just like
Oh.
Steve is a bit old, so there's a bit of dimension. Forget to turn them off mostly.
Ah.
It's your racing point of Kiji Elting, aka his name before this was VSR Barry.
Oh
Barry,
yeah.
but he changed his name. I think this looks more professional than a fake VSR name.
I think too, but that's not up for us to decide. He probably
We're
likes
not
it as it
even
is. I
good.
see both Mercedes cars
Both Mercedes. Yeah,
are
they're a
out on
team.
track.
They always give each other
teaming up.
slipstream. So.
That's a
Well,
very handy check. Of
wait.
course, it can give
Is
you
Sky on a
2
wheel
to
or
3
is he on a
tenths.
pad? He must be on the pad.
Huh?
On the he got disqualified in 1.5 minutes in the session.
What did he do?
He blocked the pit exit. Sorry,
Oh,
this is just sad.
Yeah, it really is because didn't Lennon Norris do the
Oh,
same
the
thing?
Fortnite guy has crashed.
Oh, the Fortnite guy.
No! I love from the other side. Kai is on the hard tires. Wait, just let me
He
run through the
is.
tires. Danny on the hards. Mike on the hards. Felix on the softs actually. Steve on the mediums. Kai on the hards. Fortnite on the softs. Thomas on the softs. Matthias on the hards. Simon Monster on the hards. I was going to say Lance Stroll, but he's not racing. And the rest are Joran on the mediums. Benjamin on the hards. Luke on the softs and Marcus on the hards so far. Danny Getkamper race wins sometimes. Actually,
It's always weird saying Dutch names in English. I know. Perhaps we
Yeah.
should go. Perhaps we should call him Geo instead of Fortnite.
Geo, yeah. National Geographic.
Alright, dude. Anyway, he's gone to the soft tires, so let's. Most drivers have still very early in the session. We only have 4 minutes past.
Well, Geo is giving Michael here a slipstream. Well, he's trying to break it, but he's not. He just ruined it.
Well, that's gonna be pretty awkward. I'm not sure how quick the Geo is, but if they're gonna be careful, they're gonna be holding each other up. Oh. This is
Probably
pretty
doing a
interesting.
soft long run. He's seen pretty fast on time trial in the wet and in the dry, and he has Steve behind him, the season 1 champion in the Ferrari. The guy who hasn't had.
Oh, look at Monster, and I think that's one of the Williams cars. I'm pretty sure that was the FIFA there. I think they were. He was blocked by one of the cars there. Yet they go into the grass, but he's been gone past now. But now he's gone
and
killed.
Gio is spinning.
Oh, he spun around.
He spun around probably too early on the throttle.
No, he clipped some grass on the entry.
And he locked up as well.
Yeah, and he went into a half spin, and then I'm pretty sure tried to save it, and then went too early on the power.
Thomas probably is on a hot lap because his ERS is on 4. He invalidated the lap. Or I'm not so smart.
Championship driver in front of him.
Maiko. Guy who got surprisingly early back after he broke his hip. Should take 4 to 6 weeks, but he got back into 2 weeks, so
GG to him.
yeah, could be good exercise to keep his hip good and walk straight away of it. Because I mean, more normally after you broke your hip, you'll need to learn everything a bit again.
No, you don't forget to walk. You need to test everything again because the hip
Yeah.
needs to recover.
Yeah,
It's not like he
recovery.
forgets to. It's not like how he
How
like
did
he
I walk?
fucking forgets to walk. Yeah, that's not how it works, my Thomas.
No.
He
Luke
is
now
gonna
with
set
the
a lap
fastest lap. He's
time.
a second, almost a second in front of Phoenix.
Different tire compound,
No, probably
or
the softs. But Felix is
perhaps
doing a long run on the softs.
as in 0 ERS as well. So
Just doing a race simulation. Probably.
it's to be expected that
He
Luke would
might
be a little
actually
bit
be
quicker.
giving his teammate a slipstream. Oh no, he gone to the pit lane. He must go. Yeah, yeah. Marcus now surprisingly the fastest guy on the hards. So
Of course, more drivers opting for the hard compound instead of the compound.
to start on or just
No, just to start the session in.
yeah.
But some
He's going
guys
to the
have
pit lane.
opted
He
for
probably done a
the.
hot lap on the hards there. Most of the time the Mercedes team does long runs in the first part of the session.
I'll tell you what. When I did my few races for Formulaeuroleague, yeah, I never was too patient with the soft tires because I went out and tried to put them on as soon as I could, but then I just kept spinning and I lost all the tires, so I had to do all the session with hard tires. So I was never too patient with my tires.
But the
Luckily they
Mercedes
are.
team is really trying to do it like real life, wanting to get the best data out of the
That's
karting.
knowledge.
Just knowledge.
I mean, there's not really data, is there, in the game? Which is sad.
No,
but
just knowing the track and how long you can push the tires. And
it's a
when
little
they
bit of a
start to go
slippery
down.
moment there.
Yeah. It's a tricky corner when your tires are starting to go down. I think, and in the dirty air. Not a good thing to
The
have.
Felix on the side.
Yeah. Last season we saw the Williams teammates collide, Sam and Joran. Joran spun Sam round.
That's not nice. Just wanted to say, Luke has done more laps than he did in last season's qualifying because I took him out. Yeah, because I spotted my corner and then Luke was coming up like with 2 miles an hour and he couldn't
turn one. You crashed before
No, no,
turn
no,
one.
no. In qualifying, you know, I'll tell you what. In qualifying, things went pretty okay. I came out of the pits, or no, I was starting my lap, and then the next corner,
the three Williams guys are doing. Look what they.
3 Williams guys.
Are they just doing practice starts?
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. But that's gonna be pretty dangerous with the rivals approaching.
Oh, Steve! Steve! My man!
What happened?
He tried to avoid them, but he spun.
Oh yeah, well,
not
that's
really
pretty
smart
dangerous.
Of the guys.
No, you might as well do a practice start out of the pit lane. You know, here that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Here, pit lane. Could be. Are there any penalties for doing something?
Well, Felix got a 5-place grid penalty, but it's only practice, so.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you do anything stupid here, would that mean 5-place grid penalty or a qualifying ban in the real race, or?
Probably not.
Do you guys don't do this?
Steve, yeah, it's dangerous, but it's never happened before something like this. So, if there's going to be a new penalty rule, they won't get it.
Well.
Like, there's been a new penalty thing introduced after we saw 2 races in a row. We saw Felix in Austria overtaking Karam under the safety car, and last race we saw Kai overtaking Tim under the VSC, and they both got away with a warning with it, but if you do it since now on, you'll get a 5-second time penalty just like in real life. So, oh, Luke doing a bit Colin McRae and drifting through the first corner. I just got a message from installed Fortnite version 2.63.
What he has to say? Anything interesting?
Not really. Marcus has done another hot lap on the mediums. He's he's looking good. He's the fastest now in the mediums. But Steve is doing a long run, so it's practice. You don't always need to do long runs or stuff like that. Just try to know your
stay
times.
patient.
Yeah. I once participated in a practice session of, I think it was lost, and I just did 3 soft runs and I was done with it because I think it's BS and it's boring, but that's my opinion. It's a bit of a tradition in the EuroLeague.
Yeah, well, we're nice and cozy with each other right now, so we'll have a little bit of fun along the way.
Oh yeah, it's fun, but I needed to do this on my own 2 times and it was like really boring, but it's always nice to have someone next to you. Even commentating in the race, it's more fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got shot by the helicopter. I remember last season when I started commentating, I was giving the game shots of the helicopter some good shot from the helicopter, man. I was like thinking, I was talking if there was a real race and there were real people. Just a stupid game.
That's. I mean, that's what you think, but really, it's probably better just to accept it's a game and take it serious as well. I think that's the good balance between it. Obviously, you're not gonna say after a driver crashes, I'm sure hope he's gonna be fine. You know, like that's the, you don't say that sort of stuff. That's
no.
Would be pretty weird.
Felix trying to side by side with and Felix is going to the pit lane, and same for Luke, and Thomas continues his run on the softs. We're all teammates next to each other, and there's a Renault and exiting the pits. It's Danny and letting the cars pass. Quite good, and he's the 3rd driver driving with number 2, so
well, number 2 is a popular number, I suppose.
we have Maiko, we have Felix and Danny, so we might need to make a rule for that next season. I'm sure Felix wants to claim number 2 because he's known of his famous number 2 in all of his leagues. It's even in his logo, I think, so but it was.
Yeah, it's your
favorite
I never really
driver.
looked at the numbers and yeah.
I think it's good to have it represents the driver, like mostly me driving last year's with number 22, and then Leno, like last season in VRL I got an exception for number 64 because my grandma passed away and that will be her age in the month she was. It was her birthday, so it could represent something, or
yeah, but it's definitely difficult to keep up with. Well, I mean, mostly I've stuck with number 15, but I started to change it up and go for number 6. It's not really a popular number, so it's sadly taken. So I'm probably gonna have to go back for a new number. But
well, the little brother of Benjamin says Benjamin surely has the best number 69. Yeah.
Very mature. Very funny.
Mature. No, but he's known for it.
Yeah, of course. Benjamin's a nice guy.
Benjamin's really good and false guy as well, so it's just a shame that all the good guys who are now leading the races and like that just joined so late they couldn't be in the championship battle, because you now have Thomas and Michael being 50 plus points clear of the guys behind them, so
yeah, they have a little bit of a breather, as you say. But are they people who like to take risk, or are they more I'll collect my... I know Thomas is very consistent driver, and You
Yeah,
know,
he
that,
only missed the podiums 2 times in 10 rounds, so that's 80% podium rate. So
that is a
Steve
very
said in the
impressive
chat,
podium.
guys, are you idiots? It's a live stream and you guys are doing a start. Well,
Yeah,
surely not happy.
yeah.
But yeah,
He's more.
Thomas, he's being really consistent, and last race he was driving really safely, not to lose any points or make unnecessary mistakes or losing too many places, because his soft tires were starting to go down and just let guys past without fighting with them.
Yeah, but is that the right mix between being consistent and playing it safe? You know, being
Well, he's
quick and
now
playing it
fighting for the
safe.
championship, and
Well,
he just let the
has
two.
he? Yeah, alright. I suppose that's pretty fair, of course. But as you say, you have to find that right mix.
Normally he's not doing that. Normally he's just fighting it all the way, and he got some penalties for
yeah.
it
Yeah.
because he pushed someone up or spun someone.
I've never really seen Thomas as a of course, a very good driver, not not a very
He's not aggressive,
driver.
but he's really clean and he's really fast, and he has that killer instinct. What you want as a driver in your team. But he got once a penalty for one spinning Simon in Spain and going too late on the brakes and dive bombing someone into one of the last corners in China and making the guy try to dive bomb lose a couple of places.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes these things happen. This is normal.
Yeah,
I must say, I'm very impressed by Kai Erdink. He's only 3/10 off, and he's on the hard compound of tires. Compared to Luke, who's had a lap time on the soft tires, and he is. If you look at him, he's trying to slipstream both Williams guys. I'm not sure.
Yep, no.
If that's part of his plan.
Fun fact: he's part of the Williams team. He is. Oh, Felix almost losing it, but he's on loan to Toulouse because there aren't 3 cars for each team, so
No, obviously not. So,
he just got the opportunity for me to show his skills in another team.
But is he gonna be coming back then?
We'll see. I have to see the next 5 rounds.
That's true. You're talking about a lot of different drivers. You have Luke in your program, and then you have Tim on your radar as well. I mean,
well, it's like I need a few options because if one says no, you need to have a backup plan.
that's true.
I had that with Sam. He was really inactive for 2 weeks, and if he just told me he had exams, sure, I will just fix another driver, but yeah,
that is true.
And that's the thing. I thought, yeah, I can't really do a thing. Just told me you had exams, so I would just accept it, and you know. And now it's just good to have 3 drivers attending really often and always have a backup. But with Sam, the problem was I needed to fix a driver within 2 weeks space. So first I got Tim from Monaco. He couldn't because he was joining officially another team. And then I just contacted Felix and he said sure if I'm going to be a main driver.
Yeah. So it was a bit of a driving problem then. I mean,
I have 3 really good drivers in my team, so it's difficult.
It is, but I suppose the points Luke scores do go to Toro Rosso instead of Williams,
they do.
but he's your reserve basically.
Hmm?
Or do,
Yeah,
he's
our team's reserve and he's fast
main
driver,
driver
so
Toro Rosso.
yeah, it should be same for him to always be on the sidelines.
But what if your driver finishes the race? Does he come in for
Yeah,
Williams then, or does he keep driving for Toro Rosso?
he probably drive for Williams then. But Thomas never missed a race this season. Felix only once, so
I mean, he hasn't been able to race too much. I mean, of course, these things might happen in the future. But it's always nice to have 3 very quick drivers. You got it lucky, pal.
Yeah, but the problem is next season, I know Luke really wants that main seat, and he's really fast, he's good in attacking, good in defending, but he just has, in the league, he has a little bit of tough luck, you know, like getting hit by someone else, or getting spun around by someone else, getting damage under the safety car. You know, like that silly things that can happen to everyone, but in particularly him, because I never saw it happen to Thomas this season so far. It's just tough luck. And
Oh, what are your driver Felix and Thomas are getting a little bit close?
yeah, they're always doing that. In USA practice, they crashed 2 times.
Oh.
But they're just battling for. Ooh, just like this.
Oh, look at that now!
Yeah.
That's a big hit. Is damage on or?
No, it's off.
Ah, so that's why. He did try to go for a little bit of a move there, but it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, they're always.
And they're
Look
slowing
at Thomas,
down then.
he's just waiting for him. That is good sportsmanship. But they're all friends, so.
Yeah, of course.
Oh!
look how spun the FIFA run.
Yeah, and in Britain, round 3, the Mercedes team, Micah and Simon crashed each other out, so that was a bit of an issue for the team at the point.
Well, let's hope it doesn't happen again for you then. Sure, it would spice up the league a little bit.
Well, my drivers, well, this pair of drivers never crashed with each other, so only in practice sessions.
No, yeah, well, a bit of tension rising down. No, I'm joking.
Felix just volunteered to be Thomas's wingman for this season.
But for how long? Yeah,
Only
that's
for
what I
this
mean.
season, because Thomas is leaving the team next season.
Ah. He hates you. He doesn't want to be with you anymore.
No, he wants to be. Well, he wants to win the title this season, but that's like he's driving now under big pressure, and he wants to drive under no pressure. So just going to a midfield team, and just he wants to learn things like driving without the racing line, just having fun.
That's true. That is.
He's driven four race seasons in the league with target to win the league, win the championship. Last season he was very close, and the seasons before that he was quite a bit off. But now he's the biggest contender, and he will only fulfill it if something really bad happens. Like him getting a DNF and Micah winning 2 races in a row, but Micah is not on the driving.
Formula 1.
It's Formula 1, but Micah is not on the driving level he was before he broke his hip, but he's just recovering from it, so.
That is not good for him, but
he said this year it's going to be fun, not for the championship.
Which is fair play after you just broken your hip.
Yeah, as you see again, the Williams drivers really battling. Oh, and Luke got a little bit of a touch from Thomas. Felix going wide. Thomas doing a good drift. And Thomas in the Austria practice, he also crashed with Ice-T 2 times. Because he doesn't like to practice seriously, so he just annoying other drivers a little bit.
Well, everyone has his own way of practicing, but you might as well not practice if you're only here to annoy people.
And he doesn't really annoy, but just trying to make a good balance. Sometimes
that
goes wrong.
Oh,
I actually see
they
they
hit each
crash
other
again. Well, that's what you get when you're pushing to the limit.
Limit.
Yes. Bit of autism. Maiko and Simon both 19 laps on the hard tires. Simon having a really bad season compared to his teammate. Having drove his 2 races more than his teammate and still 50 points behind his teammate. So...
No, of course. No, it is equal car, so I mean you can't really say that it's
the car.
It's just it's driver performance, and everyone has his own targets and goals, and everyone's pushing the best they can, I'm sure.
Well, last season he was a
course.
title contender, so...
So just a general dropout down of pace, so
Could
maybe less practice for some races.
No,
just little things.
He's practicing 100 laps plus for each race.
Ooh,
they practice every day, the Mercedes do, so they're really the sweats of the league.
Oh,
but that's because both of them don't drive in other leagues. If you look at the Felix, he's driving in a lot of leagues. Luke drives in a lot of leagues. Tim does.
Felix only drives in 2 leagues, I'm pretty sure. VRL and FL.
I think, and Kai drives in multiple. Luke drives in multiple.
Yeah,
Thomas drives
they
in
drive a lot.
MDL, FVL, and VRL. And look at his Simon and Michael, they both only drive in EuroLeague, so... And Benjamin, I think he drives in 4.
Does he? Well, I only know that he drives in here and...
He drives in the last and another league. EuroLeague, or the Orange League, something like that. That's just
Orange
a Dutch league.
Pretty sure Kai's going for a push lap to get Lucas P1. It doesn't mean anything, but
his ERS is on 0.
Oh, he's 0 ERS, so I'm guessing he's doing
look still at Michael with 21 on that hearts. He put in his second fastest time.
Oh yeah, he has had a very impressive time.
Shows good pace from the Belgian driver.
Another yellow flag, I suppose. Oh, that's for one of the winner drivers. That's Benjamin, who I think spun coming out of turn 3. That's not optimal.
Quite a good viewers at the moment. 7 viewers for a practice session, so normally we'll get only 4. But it's practice, so.
Yeah, that's normal. I mean, if I were me, then I wouldn't be watching the practice session anyway for a game. But obviously, that's pretty decent for a practice session. Maybe just because I have a little bit of influence.
And we gained 4 subscribers in 2 days, so that's also really nice.
That's also very nice, indeed.
Last race already 93 views. Last practice got 51 views. One
also
61.
pretty decent.
You say 50 exact. What's the most watched race? No, it's
our most watched.
Oh, wait, 170 is now the highest. 7,200 for the first time this season.
Decent.
That is it, I think.
Do you still do your race previews, or?
No.
Oh, you stopped doing those.
Yeah.
Why did you?
Because not enough views.
Ah, yeah. Oh, look at Johan, who's just gone P1. Joran, sorry. 1:29.6. Only a few thousands quicker than Luke there, but he is quicker. It's Ferrari.
Simon just missing out on the 1-9. 2 or 3 tenths behind his teammate, so that's good from him.
We've done this for half an hour, still 14 minutes to go. It's been good fun, you know, it's been pretty relaxed, you know.
Yeah, it's good vibing.
Yeah, we're just, it's not too bad, it's just relaxing a little bit, watching some cars go, do a few laps. And we have, what's
Sam,
he called again, Thomas?
Thomas?
Well, what's my what?
What's your favorite track on the calendar from just the normal calendar from the F1 season?
The normal? To drive on or to watch on?
Both.
Oh, that's a really tough question. I'm not sure if I even have a favorite one. I think if I put both together, game and watching, I think it might be Abu Dhabi. I think that's really enjoyable. I'm pretty quick on there. It's very fun for me to drive. As a lot of drivers are very weak on there, but I really do enjoy the circuit. And, yeah. Also spices up the race sometimes.
Look at
with
both
those long
Williams
straights.
fighting for who's going first into the pit lane, and Felix won the race. Continue your story.
Yeah, it's just with the long DRS zones. It's interesting, you know, because you can easily catch up to the other car in front of you. And but I think I also enjoy Baku a lot. I'm not sure if you guys have that on the calendar, but Baku is really a race I like to watch as well.
Yeah. I can find your opinion in that one, so...
Also, Russia is one of those circuits to for me as well. Because it spices up the DRS. I'm not really keen on that, but it does spice up.
The track itself is really bad, but the races
for gaming, it's good. Yeah, for the races I've watched at least, it's always pretty close. So that's why
always
I think
Max
it's another one.
Verstappen just making a comeback. 2018
yeah, that's
2020, 2019.
Yeah, but in real life, it's not really something that's really a track that's enjoyable. But on the game, I mean, that is a pretty good one. And I think Silverstone is also one of my favorites because it spices up with it spices up the race with some other conditions as well. It's very challenging for the drivers, so you do have drivers spinning around, crashing, all that. And it also spices up good racing as well. So I think if I have to rank it all, I think I would put Silverstone at 1, Baku at 2, and then Abu Dhabi at 3 as a commentator point of view. As a driver, I don't really have a favourite track. But,
okay.
What's your favourite track, Montois?
To drive, I think it's Brazil, to be honest. To watch, I really love Bahrain and Monaco at night, just to spectate as a commentator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it doesn't really provide good racing, does it? Like,
no, but I really like the feel. But the track which provides the best racing is Silverstone, Belgium, and
yeah, well, you also have tracks where you just like swap around with DRS and stuff. Like it's not really racing, but it's just like DRS swapping. I think that's always a difference in that.
Yeah.
We come to the last 10 minutes of this practice session.
Luke with some new medium, same for Joran, Maiko, Simon, Felix, and Thomas. So yeah.
Hey, look at that, Matthias
Matthias
has gone up 2 tenths quicker than the nearest person. Get led by him.
What do you think? What's your favorite driver on this year's grid from Real F1? Besides Daniel Kvyat.
I have a weak spot for Kevin Magnussen.
For him?
Yeah, I like him a lot. You know, he provides some good entertainment as well.
Yeah, that's true.
He has this. He's a badass, to be honest. He doesn't really care what other people say. He isn't afraid of sticking his nose or putting his rear in front of other cars. And I think that's what I like about him. Basically, to sum it up, he really doesn't give a shit. So he's out there to win, and I hope he gets a shot at possibly Ferrari drive next season. I reckon he is from the contenders for the Ferrari drive. As for him, might be looking for a good second driver for Charles Leclerc, and obviously you're not gonna get a Lewis Hamilton to be his second driver. So they might be looking in the midfield like they did with Eddie Irvine, ex-Ferrari driver, and Rubens Barrichello. They both came from the midfield and weren't really considered world class. So I think Kevin Magnussen is definitely an option for Ferrari in real life.
Yeah.
As a second driver.
He just deserves a better teammate and a better car. The 2018 Haas was really good, suited him very well. So
yeah, and he basically carried that team.
That's his teammate.
He almost carried Haas to P4 finish in front of constructor Sereno with Merton suspension. You know, I mean, Grosjean didn't leave it out to be in that sense. He almost had to carry it on his own, but they nearly succeeded in it as well.
That's true. For a new team, it's really good.
It is, but they did have a little bit of a drop off the next season with the tyres. I think the problem for them was just the tyres. They had pace, but they couldn't manage that pace. You know, like they just drop off at one point.
Yeah. And just Grosjean being slow.
Yeah, that's also true, but I mean, Magnussen has come through this tough situation, and he is the one that caused all the drama at Silverstone as well. So, I mean, he was on the outside. He was literally off track, and Grosjean just pushed him right more, which made them make contact, which also was very unlucky. What is your favourite driver, besides except? I don't know. You support really? Who do you support? The whole field, just like in football, where. Every driver is your favourite driver as long as he wins.
No, not like that. I really support the whole McLaren team because I think Sainz is still the most underrated driver on the grid. He didn't get enough credits in his 2015 times at Toro Rosso with Verstappen because Verstappen was the new talent and Sainz was just like, hello, I'm there, and he didn't get enough credit for it. And I think Lando could be potentially a future Mercedes driver because he's just really fast. He got a good instinct, good attacking moves, and I just like the McLaren team rebuilding itself.
That's true. If we're talking about future potential world champions, I think let's not forget he was beaten by one guy, George Russell. I think he's an exceptional talent. I think he's definitely going to be the one to replace either Hamilton or Bottas when their time comes.
Yeah,
he's definitely a world champion material. I rate him higher personally than Lando Norris.
Yeah, Russell is a really good driver. Sadly, his Williams was really slow, but still he almost always beat his teammates. So still needs to wait for his first point.
Yeah, but that will come. I'm sure that will come.
The Williams car has really improved.
It has, and I mean, let's not forget a certain. Look at that!
Taking with two cars almost with him, his teammate and his championship rival.
That is ironic, really. But I wanted to say, I wanted to say something about Alonso. Let's not forget Alonso. Was in the Minardi at the first season, but he was on a contract with Renault and just had to wait for a shot, and then he landed himself at top right. So I'm pretty sure his patience.
A bit of the same with Luke. Luke now goes fast with a really good lap on the mediums. 191.
Good luck by him. He started on the mediums as well, beating the soft runner. Very good job by him. 4 minutes to go, so people still have 4 minutes to beat that time, but I don't think anyone's gonna beat that time considering it was on mediums, unless they put on a new fresh set of softs.
I think Felix might actually can beat the lap.
Yeah, but not if he just keeps joking around with his teammate and by him in as well.
And
he's in front of him. Oh yeah, he's still behind them. It's good to know where you can overtake and can't. I mean, you better crash here with each other than in the real race. So
yeah,
you know where to find the limits.
Overtaking opportunities.
Obviously, it most likely won't be this close in the race, lap after lap.
Well, last race
it's good.
They were a bit driving like this, but not crashing.
I hope. Yeah, I was just about to say. Look! I think it just rear-ended Benjamin there. Oh my God! What did Luke do? Pretty sure he just came into the pits and didn't put the brakes on. It just rear-ended Benjamin.
Thomas leaves 0 space to his teammate.
It's all fun and games, though, I suppose.
Yeah. And another question for you, Sam. Which driver do you hate the most?
I don't hate a driver. I mean, how the hell can I hate a person which I don't even know?
Well, which driver do you dislike the most? Then.
I don't know. I don't really dislike a driver. I mean, of course, I have my favorites, but not really. I'm not really disliking any driver.
Just these.
Grosjean.
He was a good driver.
Grosjean. Yeah, I still believe he. And Lotus he was, and let's not forget his funny 16th season as well. He had a pretty decent 2016 as well. So, yeah, that's what I mean. But
yeah, he's good,
I mean,
he's a bit.
He's a nice guy. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, he's a family man. He's a loyal guy as well. So he's not really arrogant or anything. I like him as a person. As a driver, he's a bit dodgy. He's becoming to be a bit dodgy, but I think he also is being treated fairly harshly. But,
yeah.
A lot of people hate Lance Stroll, but I think I do get the hate, but I don't get it. On the other side, I don't get it as well. I mean, let's say you're.
He's a good driver at the end, but he's just being hated because he got all the money from his daddy and his mom.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think he's world class, but let's say you're there as a bloody billionaire and you can achieve your licensing points, and what would you say? You know, okay, son, I want to buy a team for you. No, Daddy, I want to keep Hülkenberg in the sport, so I'm not going to drive for an F1 team. Of course, you gotta take it. Yeah. Obviously, you gotta take it.
F1
Hey, Williams class again, at it.
Yes, Thomas.
1 minute. I spun around once again. As we come into the last minute of this practice session, we rambled on quite long for actual real life F1.
Well,
I think everyone's gonna be coming up.
It's on his hot lap.
Look at Maiko though, he's doing a very good job as well. In 5-year rest, can he snatch that pole time off like that? It is on the medium tires, he goes around the outside of the racing point, who's slow moving there. Ball time, yeah, of course, it's ball time. Even in practice session, you have a ball time, and he could be coming up to the line. No rest left for him as he's stepping off it, and he goes beyond.
What can Stevie G do?
Stevie G means Central Steven Gerrard, you monk.
I know, I always call him Stevie, and then just the G comes after it. It's normal.
And he goes P7. Oh, look at that. Look, P2.
Yeah.
Pretty fun this time. And that's finished. We're just waiting for the people to go on and crash the line. stuff. If he's still gonna put up anything, no, he's gonna be finishing P13. There's
Well, Thomas
only...
said to me he'll just be doing race simulations. Same for Felix.
Yeah. More
What
like, yeah,
can
racing
Felix do?
simulations.
Yeah. P4. What can
Is
Kai
that,
do?
do we actually do the five lappers as well, or?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's fun.
Going to commentate that as well. I never do that usually.
I mean, I'm not sure what Steve wants.
I don't know, it's 5 laps.
Nah, let's leave it. No, let's leave it.
Leave it.
Probably better like this, I suppose.
I want to play F1
Can-
2015. Yeah. Only veterans know.
You're not a veteran. I want F1. I want an F1 2015 veteran, mate. Been
Veteran.
playing it since veteran since I was born. I've been playing it. Veteran.
Veteran.
I mean, can I just get a little applause? You haven't gone to the toilet during the mid practice session.
Woo! Proud of myself.
Very good job there.
Accomplishments.
It's been fun though. It's been fun.
Yeah. Well, Michael in P1, then with Luke, Simon, Matthias, Monster, Danny, Joran, Guy, Steve, Marcus, Benjamin, Felix, Thomas, Gio, and a Russian Tech who got disqualified in the first couple of minutes. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you Thursday at the next practice.